but I would like to move on a little bit, but let's come back to the marriage a little later on in the conversation.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, okay, let's get some super chats here. We have, oh man, the super chats are fucking brutal tonight. All right, ratings, the girl starting from Pink Dress 6775576. Yo, Puffy Vegas, thank you, man, appreciate it. Okay, we have, holy, the fucking chat is roasting tonight. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, I had one question. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Did any of you girls want to weigh in on the marriage? I know we were talking there for a little bit, the marriage stuff.
I think if you're going to be with someone forever, be with them forever.
So get married?
I just think that since you are choosing a long-term relationship rather than marriage, it allows for a bigger area for your wife to leave you or for you to leave your wife. I think that marriage adds security to a relationship.
It's just, okay, like, I'm a high earner. So if I marry a woman who's not, and...
Is that what you want, though?
Well, not necessarily, because I don't really care about a woman's finances. But it is something I have to consider if I am potentially marrying a woman who doesn't make money, that like, bro, I'm going to get fucked financially. So, yo, Alvin, thank you. Oh, shit, I haven't seen him in a while.
$200. Stay safe. You need to get over the premise that marriage is commitment. It's not. It's financial security for the wife who stopped working to fulfill her domestic duties. Marriage is strictly wealth transfer.
Let me tell you this. I think probably the key foundational axiomatic issue we have in our society in the Western world, America, Western Europe, is the absolute deterioration and degenerate rot that has taken place in the family unit. The traditional man, woman, raising children, happy household family unit is the key foundation to a healthy culture, to a healthy society. And every single problem you see right now, drug addiction, violent crime, mass shootings, all of this stuff, there's one thing in common. All of these people come from single parent households. If you want to fix culture, if you want to fix our country, if you want to fix the Western world, you need to fix marriage. So if you want to talk about getting rid of no-fault divorce, I'm with you. But to act like a stay-at-home spouse or wife does nothing, and all of them are only doing it to steal money from men. Listen, as a man who's married, you are in the service of your wife. You have to be. And the woman who's engaged in that relationship, she is in the service of the husband. Only that type of symbiotic, mutualistic, you need relationships like this to keep society operating. The second you have a breakdown of family units like this, you end up where we are right now.
Well, I definitely agree with you that yes, there's a breakdown of the family unit. I mean, just my pushback on that is you can have a family, two-parent household, but not be married. You
can, yeah. I think the odds of long-term success are lower.
Perhaps, but I don't think marriage is... You can have a partner for your whole life, have a kid, have the nuclear family, just not be married.
Let me ask you this. If no-fault divorce was overturned tomorrow, would you be more eager to get married?
Could I still potentially be on the hook for alimony? No, honestly, I'm kind of like, if you get rid of no-fault divorce, then like there's probably a risk that people are going to just lie about fault.
Yeah, no, sure.
So that's a concern.
Yeah, I believe it was like the 70s when no-fault divorce was ushered in. That's when you saw the absolute explosion in divorce rates. Curiously, divorce rates are the lowest right now they've been in 50 years. Divorce rates are plummeting, tied to our marriage rates being as low as they've ever been. But it is true. Divorce rates are the lowest they've been since the 1970s.
Sure. Well, let's move on from marriage here. Let's spice it up with. We can come back to it though. Should body count matter? Let's talk about that. Should body count matter? Let's go around the table, starting with you. Go ahead.
For the guy or the girl?
Here, let me ask a different question. Do you object to men caring about women's body count?
That I don't know. I don't think they should care. Yeah, no.
Okay. What about you?
I mean, personally, if I don't want to say mine, I feel like a man shouldn't have to say his. Therefore, like, I care, and if he cares, he does too, you know?
Wait, that doesn't parse.
Well, Restate your question for me if you want me to.
Do you object to men caring about body count?
Let's say no, I don't object to it.
Okay.
But I mean, like, I don't know how to explain. I'm sorry. I'm just.
So for example, like let's say your body count was 11.
Yeah.
And a guy was like, "Whoa, that's a bit high for me." He's not rude about it, but it's just, and obviously this conversation might play out more organically, but he took an issue with your high body count, and perhaps he wasn't interested in dating you because you had a body count of 11, for example. Would you object to that, or would you be like, "Hey, that's preference, whatever"?
Well, that's preference. I mean, I don't have that, so I don't know.
Don't have what?
That's not my body count, so I wouldn't know.
Well,
But
I wasn't saying it was, but as an example.
In a sense of, if, say, he came up to me and he had 11, asked me the same question, like, I would give him the same respect that he would be giving me. You know what I'm saying?
Which is what?
I wouldn't care if he didn't care. If he cared, I care. But in personal preference, because I'd say I didn't want to share mine, it does matter to me personally.
Body count does matter to you.
Personally, yes.
Okay, got it. So you wouldn't have an issue with a guy caring about your body count?
No, I would not.
Okay.
I feel like everyone's entitled to their own opinions on this, but
Sure.
I don't feel like body count should matter because, in turn, like, I wouldn't care about a guy's body count either. So say if I was dating a guy, right, and he was doing the same type of work as me, he was in porn, I wouldn't care what his body count was. So I don't feel like he should care about mine. But I'm
Sure.
not very traditional. Yeah.
I don't think body count should matter at all, but someone in the chat made a really good point earlier, and they said, you're a high roller, but you don't want to pay the bill, and I think that's funny.
Wait, what?
Like, you called yourself a high roller earlier, a top earner, or whatever.
I didn't call myself a high
You
roller.
said something about yourself making money, and then they said that, but he doesn't want to pay the bill, and I thought that was a funny point.
Are you redirecting the conversation here, or I mean,
Kind of. I just never got a chance to put that point in earlier, but.
Why is it funny?
'Cause like, why are you talking about how much money you make if you don't want to pay the bill?
I wasn't bragging. We were talking about marriage, and I said because I'm a high earner, I have certain concerns
so why
when
don't
it
you
comes.
pay the bill on the first date? That's funny.
Why is that funny?
'Cause you're like someone that feels the need to call himself a high earner but doesn't want to pay.
I
on the
didn't
first
feel
date.
the need. We were having a conversation about marriage, and
I just think it's
I was
funny.
I wasn't like bragging. Oh, I'm a fucking high earner. Like I'm not bragging. It was just in the context of the conversation about marriage, and I was making my argument that because I do make a decent amount of money, I have greater risk than a guy who's making an average salary.
You and your money.
Also,
What do you mean, you and my money? You think I'm like, I got a big ego about money? I really don't. I wear fucking $20
No, you just don't want
flannels.
to pay the bill. You do kind of have a weird thing around money and like women and stuff and how much you make. Yeah, for sure. There's some like stuff going on. 100%.
What do you mean there's stuff going on?
Like with not wanting to pay the bill and like worrying about how much money you're making.
Why
and
don't
worrying
you
about-
want to pay the bill? Maybe there's something going on with you. You don't want to pay the bill.
'Cause I'm
Are you a
girl.
feminist? Do you believe in gender equality? I'm asking you a question.
Anyways,
Are
you're
you-
a
no, no,
high
no.
earner, but you don't pay the bill.
See, it's so funny. Like, it's not a question of the money necessarily. It's not about me not being able to afford it. That's not the issue. I just don't want to waste my money on someone who doesn't deserve it.
I actually wrote a song about it.
Wrote a song about what?
He's a high earner, but he doesn't pay the bill.